Hi everyone, this is Sheila Peters and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. So let's start with a wide second parallel position here. And we're going to reach our arms up to the right and we're going to grab some yang energy, bring it in through our body, through the shoulder or across the diagonal, bend the knee, down and hang. Bringing in the yin energy, here we go, coming up through the body, coming to the hip, going across to the opposite shoulder. And up. Repeat, bring it in. Keep it breathing, moving the energy down and through the body, hang and let the head go. Bringing the yin energy in, rolling up, coming up to the hip, across the shoulder and reach. Third time, out, bring it in. Breathing, crossing it over, bend, drop. Head goes down and let everything hang. And bring it in. Yin energy up through the body, nourishing your body up and across, and reach. Good. Let's go to the other side. Yang energy coming in, shoulder across the opposite hip, bend knee, drop, head hangs. And yin energy coming up, breathing, lift all the way through, up and reach. 2 more sets. Out, bring it in. Make sure you breathe through this whole thing. Enjoy this whole stretch and lengthening. And bring it in, yin energy up. And you notice different parts of your body start to open up and reach. Last time, yang energy coming into the body. We need both the yin and the yang energy. Drop down, hang, and rest. And yin energy coming in. Lift, up, cross, over, and lengthen. Good. Let's bend our knees and switch the arms as they swing down and up, and down and up. So we're bending the knees out over the toes. They're in a parallel position, but your upper body is going to twist while your hips stay still. Let's take once more. Down and up, and down and up. Bring the arms up over the head. Open the arms to the side. Let's just go over into a flat back position coming from the hips. And straighten up. Repeat. Over, flat back. And come upright. 2 more. And flat back, over. And come upright. Last one. Flat back, over. And come upright. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Switch our upper body so our hips are staying still. You may have to move that hand. And we're going to go flat back over to the right foot. And come upright. Still keeping the hips front. And flat over. And come upright. 2 more. Flat over. And come upright. And once more. Flat over. And come upright. Let's go and twist to the other side. Shifting the hands if you need to. Flat over. And come upright. Flat over. And come upright. You're folding from the hip flexors and you're keeping your back straight, engaging your abdominals. Lift and flat over and upright. Good. Come to the center. Let's rotate the legs out. And we're going to take those swings again with the legs in rotation and drop the hands down and side. Keeping the hips front, but letting the upper body swing and twist and drop down and lift. Drop down to the side, drop down and twist, and down and out. Come up, let's go into the flat back, straight forward, arms are still out to the side. So in this rotated position, it's a little bit of a different stretch through the hamstrings. And we have over, and come upright. 2 more, and flat over. And come upright, once more, and flat over. And come upright. This time we're going to bring our arms up, shoulders down, twist the upper body. And we're going to swing the arms down behind us and we go into the flat back over to that right side. Really getting into that right hamstring. And the hips are trying to maintain their rotation to the front. And lift. Good. 2 more. And flat over. And come upright. And we have 1 more. And flat over. Good. And come upright. Let's twist, coming to the other side. Hips stay front. Swing and flat. And lift. Breathe. Flat. Working into that left hamstring. And lift. Heads in line. And flat with that spine. Good. And lift. We have one more. And flat. And come upright, come open. Let's bend the knees as we bring our arms down. Just starting to open up the inside thigh there. Arms come up as you straighten. And open, arms go down. And lift. And down. And lift. Good. And down. And lift. Arms out. Let's roll down through the top of the head. Chin goes to the chest. So now we're articulating through the spine. I'm trying to involve the spine and going all the way down, hands come down and hang from the hips. We find that our spine gets lengthened and we may continue to find some stretch in the legs there. Bend the knees down, opening the thighs out, over the toes, straighten. We're going to roll up through the spine. So we're grabbing a hold of those abdominals, using our legs to help keep us balanced as we come all the way up. We're going to reverse the spine. So we're going to arch through the hips as we bend the knees, walking all the way down. Good. And from here, with the heads down, we're going to straighten the legs up. Nice long line. Bend the knees. Now we're going to use our heads to help arch us up. Keeping the knees out to the side, over those toes there. Good. And straighten up. Reverse again. Head down. Breathing. So we're working the spine in opposite directions here through this series. Hands come down. Bend the knees out, pressing out through the thighs. Maybe you can get a little lower. And straighten. Once again, grab a hold of those abdominals, rolling up through the spine, making that back start to open up. Head stays down. You might find you get a stretch in a different place this time through. Arch. Bend the knees, let that spine drop down towards the floor, head's the last thing. From here, we're going to straighten the legs up. Long line through those legs, bend the knees, and now we're going to arch up. So the head comes up, and we're getting that arch. We're coming all the way up and straightening the legs. We're going to have 2 more sets in this direction. So we're going to go down, rolling through, really opening up that spine, trying to keep more articulation going through the body there, and then bend, deep position, and straighten, grabbing a hold of the abdominals, rolling up through the spine. Head's the last thing, feel the opening upper neck there, and come up right, arch. Pressing through, so the lower back is dropping down towards the floor. And we got the head is the last thing that is going to come to the floor there. Good. And breathing in, and then exhaling, stretching the hips up so you're increasing the flexibility through those hamstrings. Bend the knees. And then head leads, coming up. Feel that back. It's starting to really open up there. And then come to your upright position. Let's have one more. So we're going to roll down. Breathing. Keeping the abdominals engaged so you can really control this down. Feeling a stretch in the lower back. And then coming to the hip flexor fold there. And we bend the knees. Breathing. And straighten. Engaging abdominals to help roll up through that lower spine, middle, upper, neck, and head. And here we go into our arch and push through. So the spine is going down towards the floor. Head is going to follow in just a moment. Head goes down. Breathing in. Exhale. Straighten the legs up. Keeping the body nice and long. Feeling the crease in the hips there. Bend the knees, and now we're going to start to arch up. Head coming up through the spine. Lift and come upright. Good. Let's heel toe in a little bit. And we're going to start to work with our hips and our feet lined up there, bend knees. And let's just push through the side. round it to the front diagonal here, knees are bent, so you hope you get more mobility through the hips. And now we're going to do it out to the, make the hips go out to the back diagonal. So we're doing a semicircle here. Out and back, and out to the front, and back, out to the front. Stretching out through the IT band and the glutes. And let's take that once more. And to the front, and back. Let's come to a neutral position, straighten up. Notice how this side feels different in the hip side compared to what the side we haven't worked with. So let's go back into that knee position, push it out to the side. We're going to go to the front, diagonal, and around, and to the back diagonal. Push it through. Each time you do this, you might find you get a little more opening there. Upper body can counterbalance what's happening with that hip. Around to the front, and to the back. Good. And once more, to the front, and to the back. Let's come to the side, neutralize that, and straighten up. So let's open up our legs a little bit more, so you have a wider second parallel position, bend the knees, and we're going to take the reverse. So let's start to the front with your right hip. Now we're going to circle it around to the inside, and do that half circle to the back on the inside of that hip. Now, obviously, the other hip is going to get some work, but we're trying to really think about that inside hip area there on the working leg here. And we have 2 more steps. Pushing through, see how far in you can get, and out and around to the front. Good. And then around and to the back. Good. Let's come to neutral position, straighten up. Bend the knees, take it to the other side. So we're going to go to the front and then go into the inside diagonal, inwards and to the back, around. And push through, really focusing on this hip, the semicircle that is going to the inside of the hip there. Good. To the back and to the front. Here we go. Really pushing it out. Again, your upper body may be counterbalancing what's happening with that hip. And push it out. And last time, push it to the front. Good. And then push it and bring it to the back. Come to neutral, bend the knees and straighten up. Let's open the legs out. And we're going to repeat the same thing. And it's a little bit strange when you have a rotated position, but it really helps to open up the hip area. So we're bending the knees. We're going to push the hip forward to that diagonal, make it go to the side, and around to the back, and you'll feel some stretch in the inside thigh on the other leg. Push it around and coming to the front. It may feel, as I said, a little bit different, a little strange, and it may feel like it's a little more difficult to get range of motion, but just keep going because we're really opening up that hip joint. Around to the back and around to the front. And once more, going around to the back. Excellent. And around to the front. Let's come to the neutral position and straighten up. Just notice if it feels a little different on that side compared to the side we haven't worked with yet. So let's go into the other side, bend the knees. Coming to the front with now your left hip around and going to the back. Really pushing the boundaries of what feels what your normal range of motion is. We're trying to really make it a bigger circle there to the back and around to the front. Good. And 2 more. All the way around to the back and around, and you'll probably really feel it in this front hip flexor area. And then around to the back. Good. And around to the front. Good. Come to neutral position. Let's straighten up. We're going to open up the thighs a little bit, feet getting a little wider to do the inward motion. You may really feel that in the inside thigh. So, be careful. Here we go, bending the knees. We're going to the front, curving it around to the inside and then to the outside and back. And curve it around. Here's where you may really feel that. Opening up and around and to the back. So our right hip is doing the lead here and working that inside half circle. And 2 more, around and to the back and around and to the front. Good. Around and to the back and around and to the front. Let's come to neutral position, straighten up. Again, should feel a little more looseness and length through this area here. Bend the knees, let's go to the other side. So we're going to the front with the left hip and around. Remember this first time, it may not be feeling like you're getting very far. And back and around. Feel that inside thigh, hip area, get a good stretch. And front and around and to the back and around. Press to the front. Good. Two more. And circle. Semicircle to the back. Excellent. And push around to that front area. And last time, push it around. Good. All the way to the back. And we're really trying to extend the range of motion here. And to the front. Good. Come to a neutral position and straighten up. Let's bring our legs together and just sort of shimmy through those hips. A lot opening through here. So we're going to go to the next exercise and use that openness, but we are going to do a little more stretching of the hamstring before we get to that. So from a parallel tight position, top of the head, let's roll down, all the way down, keeping our legs as straight as we can, dropping over, and then coming to that fold over with the hip flexors, and we're going to repeat what we did in a wide position. So we're going to bend our knees. Inhale. And straighten the legs, dropping the heads down, feeling the fold, and then engage the abdominals and roll up through the spine. So we're coming all the way up. Good. From here, bend the knees and go into that arch. So it's like we're sticking our butts out and we're folding over. Head's going to be the last thing that is going to be dropping. Hands come down. From here, inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs up. Head drops. Bend the knees. Let the head come up. And we're going to arch up all the way. So we're trying to make as big an arch as we possibly can. Coming up right. Let's repeat that. Roll the head down. Breathing, engaging the abdominals. Feeling the spine opening, dropping down. If your knees are bent, that's fine. Here we go. We're going to all bend our knees deeply. Breathing in. Exhale, straighten, and you're coming to as straight as you can. Feeling that extra stretch in the hamstring, and then rolling up through the spine. Breathe in. Lift, hit the last thing. Arch down. You can move your hands to your hips to make that arch more pronounced. Dropping down, head drops, and let it go. Shake it out for a minute. Deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs up. Heads drop down. Bend the knees. Head comes up to make that arch work through that spine all the way up. We have 2 more sets. And come to a straight position. Use your breath. Rolling down, chin to the chest. Feeling the opening in between the vertebrae as you slide down. Coming to the fold in the hip flexors, drop the heads, shake the head out for a moment, and then bend our knees, inhaling, exhale, and straighten. See if you can make your body a little farther forward so you can truly feel that stretch through that whole hamstring. Roll up through the spine, engaging the abdominals, lift, breathe, shoulders down, hands the last thing, arching down. Switching the position of the spine, knees bend, feel the fold and the crease in the hips. Drop down, head. And from here, breathing, bending knees a little bit more. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bend the knees. And then head arching up. We're going to take one more time and notice if it feels like you've got bigger range of motion and more flexibility this last time as we go rolling down. Breathing, sliding, hanging, feeling the crease in the hip in the front of the hips there. And bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, push the hips up, hips go down. And from here, rolling up, engaging the abdominals, Sometimes you might feel like you got a little bit of a balance challenge there as you roll up. And we come up, right? And we have arch down. Bending the knees, feeling that spine really going down towards the floor. Drop the head and hang. Shake those shoulders out, shake that head out. Breath in, exhale, and straighten the legs. Long. And bend the knees. Head, arch. Really feel that spine undulating up and come to an upright position. Good. Okay, let's rotate the legs out. And we're going to just go down all the way in a bending position. So we're bending the knees out. We're going to be lifting our heels up and seeing if we can balance and go all the way down. Here's where we're going to use that inside stretch that we had done earlier with the hip. And we're going to slide this leg out. This heel is still lifted. So from here, we're going to flex the foot and then just push through the ball of foot and point. And flex. Push through the ball of foot and point. And flex. Push through ball of foot and point. And flex. Push through ball of foot and point. We're going to take a flex here. And now we're going to take a deep breath in and push the heel out, still maintaining this elbow against that thigh so it's rotated out. We've moved the heel just about an inch, that's it, just to increase the stretch in the inside thigh. And we're going to push through the ball of foot and point. And flex. Push through with the ball of foot and point. Repeat 2 more times. Flex. Push through, point. And flex. Push through, point. Good. From here, I want you to slide that leg in wherever you can. And we're going to ease ourselves back into that open position. You're going to notice this leg that we worked on feels like it's really got more mobility, especially moving out to the side and in through the inside thigh than the other leg. So let's slide this leg out. And we're just keeping this heel lifted. We've got a rotated leg. We've got the elbow against the thigh there. And we're going to go back into the footwork. So we flex. And as you do the footwork, you may find that you get some stretch in the Achilles and the calf muscle. Push through and point, as well as the inside thighs there. And flex. Push through and point. And flex. Push through and point. Let's go into that flex again. We're going to slide it about 1 inch out. Increases the stretch through here. We're still bracing against that leg to keep the rotation there. And we're going to go ball of foot and point. Now, because we're a little farther out, flex, push through and point with that leg. You're going to find that you get an increased stretch in the hamstring there. Push through and point. And we have one more. Flex, push through and point. Okay, we're going to rotate. So we're going to come into a lunge. Now I'm going to move back into my onto my mat. So we've got the leg that we just were stretching out to the back there. And we're pushing our hip on that back leg forward. So you're really feeling an opening in that hip there. Good. Let's bend the knee down, toe releases. And keep pressing that hip forward. Bring the toes underneath, up and stretch. Knee goes down, toe releases, and press the hip down. 2 more sets. Release up into your lunge. Bend it down, toe, and press the hip down. Toe comes under, up, and full lunge. And last time, bend down, foot, press that hip forward, and toe, lift, and stretch. From here, we're going to bring the back hand to the inside of this front leg and reach and unfold that front arm up, feeling the stretch there. Breathe. Again, this could have some balancing elements to it. Good. And then bring that hand down. Let's replace the front hand with the back hand, and now we're going to twist to the opposite direction, unfolding the back hand up. Try to press with the hand and the feet, maintaining this lunge and feeling a twisted stretch in the spine. Breathe. And then come down. Good. We're going to straighten the back leg. Drop the head down. So we're getting a big stretch on the back Achilles there, and maybe a stretch on the hamstring here. Heads down, and we're trying to get the back heel on the floor. Now we're going to lift up, and you can use your hands to press into the floor to flex up that front leg. So it increases the stretch in the front hamstring. Now roll through the feet so the back heel comes up, and we're going into the ball of the foot on the back there as our body shifts over the front leg. We're going to reverse that. So heel on, back foot comes down as the toe on the front foot comes up. And roll through and breathe. Press it down. Make sure the elbows are bent and released. Front foot up. And roll through and press. And roll through and toe up. Let's do one more. Here we go. Rolling through. Back heel comes up. And rolling through and front toe comes up. Good. Come down on the front foot, bend the leg, and we're going to shift ourselves over so we're making ourselves go into the lunge on the other side. And we're going to repeat everything just as we did before. So we've got our nice lunge there. Our hip is going down towards the floor, and we're stretching out hip flexor area. And bend the knee down, toe releases, and press that hip down even more. Curl the toe under, press, and stretch. So we're increasing the openness in that front hip flexor area. And knee comes down, toe releases, press it out. Curl the toe under, press, and stretch. Two more. We're going to have our knees go down, toe, and release. Feel that nice drop with that hip so that it really is stretching it out. Curl the toe under, going into your full lunge. And last time, knee down, toe releases, hip goes down towards the floor. We're breathing. Curl the toe under and stretch. Now we're going to maintain this position here, this full lunge, while we bring our back hand in front of the front leg, and then we're going to undulate and unfold that front arm up. And again, there could be some little balance challenges there for you. And feel the twist in the spine as we have this open position in our legs. Good. Bring the hand down. We're going to shift and put the front hand where the back hand was, and then unfold that back hand up into your reach. Still trying to maintain a really nice, strong lunge in your legs. And then come down. Adjust the hands, and from here, we're going to straighten that front leg and try and press that back heel down. Front leg is trying to straighten as much as it can. We're draping our body over, our elbows are slightly bent here. And we're going to take a little rock and flex that front foot up. So we're pressing the back heel down. It increases the stretch in the front hamstring and increases a deeper stretch in the calf muscle in the back. And we're going to roll through so the heel and the back comes up as the front foot comes down and the weight comes forward more over the front leg. We are breathing, guys. And roll through, come into a flex with the front foot, pressing that back heel down, increasing the stretch in the back of the calf, on the back leg, and the hamstring on the front leg there. And come back into your roll through, head drops. Keep breathing, feel the fold in the front hip, on the hip flexor on the front leg, and then come rock and go back. Excellent. We have some more. Here we go. Heel comes up and breathe. Pushing through the toes, so you may get more of a stretch in that instep there on the back leg, and then come up and flex, press the heel down on the back. Let's take it once more. Rolling through, lift, back heel, and come down, lift, front toe. Excellent. Okay, let's finish off by bending the front leg. We're going to drop the knee down, and we're going to push that front leg back.
And we're going to go into child's pose just for a moment. From here, take your back hand and put it right underneath you here, in front of your head. And you can have the elbow in, because we're going to keep our hips where they are and just add this front arm lifting up and twisting. So you've got a brace right here in your back hand there. Now from here, deep breath in. We're going to take an exhalation and press the elbow and that whole forearm on this arm that's supporting us into the mat and twist and try to open up the top arm. So we're really going way up there. And feel that good stretch. Twisting in the spine. Hips have to stay more or less still because they're in a bent knee position. And then bring that hand down and let's replace that back hand with the front hand so the elbow goes down. And then we're going to reach the back arm up and take that nice twisted position. Hips have to stay where they are. Taking a deep breath in, pressing down as you open up that top arm to really stretch all the way through. Reach it back. Breathe in. We're going to do this once more in each direction. So we're taking the back hand, replacing it, or replacing the front hand, and then twisting and reaching and opening up. Breath in. On your exhalation, press with that elbow on the floor, that whole forearm on the floor, and open up, trying to open up the back, the top hand up there. Good. And then come back down. Let's take it once more. So you're replacing the hands there. Take the other arm, reach it up. Breathe from here. Inhale. On the exhalation, twist, reaching the top arm to the back and pressing into the elbow, into the floor. So it's a pretty intense stretch for the spine and the torso. Good. Bringing the hands down. Let's drop the hands down. Let the head just rest for a moment. Shake it out side to side a little bit so that if you have any tension in your neck, that you're now releasing it. And then let's roll out through the spine. Let's just take some reaches with our arms. The arms come forward. Lift. We're going to twist and open to the front. Flex the hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press the hands away as they stay where they are so you get a little more twist through the body. Drop the arms down. Let's take it to the other side. Lift. Breathing in. Twist. Flex the hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and push the hands away to increase that twist through the spine. Let's take it once more in each direction. Arms forward. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Twist to the side. Hands flex. Deep breath in. Exhale, press out, lengthen out. Good. And drop it down. You'll notice that you feel that in your shoulder area. Also, inhale, exhale as you open up. Deep breath in, hands flex. Exhale, press the back and the front in those opposite directions. Good. And release. Let's bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, down, forward, lift, back. Let's reverse it, going to the back. Lift, forward, and down, and push back. Lift, forward, and down, and push back. Lift, forward, and down, and back. Lift, forward, and down. Sliding the hands forward, we're going to make it go a little bit farther forward than just your normal hands and knees position, because we're going to let the hips drop forward. So from here, we're pushing the hips forward, opening up the hip flexors and getting into that arch and letting our shoulders relax. I just had a little spinal adjustment. You might find that you have your spine going into place as we do some of this work. And from here, we're going to roll our backs up and push to the back. So now I've got sort of a curve in my lower back there. I'm engaging my abdominals. It's kind of like a mini cat position. And then come up when the hips push through and go back into arch. Shoulders are down. Elbows are slightly bent. You don't have to hyperextend here. And now from here, pushing back with the hips, but we're gonna then push through that lower back and push with our hands, so we're going back. So it's not a full child's pose, and we're also really focusing on that lower back area there. And 2 more, coming up, over, press, push down with the hips, and let the body arc up. Breathe in. Pushing back with the hips, then start to motivate that lower spine by engaging the abdominals. This actually is a bit of an abdominal exercise if you're really using the abdominals the way you'd like to be. And we've got that back curved up, breathing up. Push forward, drop, and head lifts as the hands help you get that arch, really increase that arch. And we have 1 more set, pushing the hips back, and then engage the abdominals to make that lower back come into a lifted position as the abdominals work, head is loose, feeling that stretch. And then last time, coming forward, press, drop, and let the body come upright. Good. Let's come all the way down, and we're gonna roll to the side. So adjust yourself however you need to on your back. And we're going to take a rotated position with our legs. We're going to let our bodies go all the way down. So we've got a little bit of a lift there. So our bottom leg is facing the floor as much as it can. And the top leg, the knee is going up to the ceiling. And we're going to point our feet. And we're going to draw the leg in to a passe, toe to the knee there, lift the knee up, and then extend the leg up as best you can to the side. There, we've done some stretching on the inside thigh. Flex the foot. Now pushing out through the heel. We're going to close that leg, and now we're going to point the foot and do a kick or a battement up and down. Repeat that. Passe, bring the knee in, we're controlling it, and we're keeping the bottom leg nice and strong because that's our anchor. You may find you can extend the leg a little bit more the second time. Flex the foot, slowly squeezing the thighs together. We're coming all the way down. Now we're going to point the feet and do that battement. Lift. We have 2 more sets like this. So here we go. Breathe. Bring it in. Lift it up. Extend it out. How far up can you get that leg? Nice good stretch. Flex. Closing the legs together. Keep that bottom foot pointed and anchored because it's your anchor point for your whole leg. And lift up and down. Last time. Lift, draw it in, coming to the bent knee position, extend it out, see if you can increase that stretch, flex the foot out, slowly, let that leg come down, breathe and control it, point the foot, and battement up and down. And let's take 1 more lift, and we're going to add a stretch here. So from here, bottom leg is still doing what it's supposed to do. Bring that leg up and then shift and grab a hold of that foot with the inside of that foot with that leg and see if you can straighten up. So there is somewhat of a balance for your body, but you're controlling it from here and here. Your whole lower body that's on the floor is helping you with this. And then we're going to flex out through the heel. See if you can pull that leg a little closer to you. Push through the foot and point. Let's take that 3 more times. Flex. Push through the ball of foot and point. We have 2 more. And flex. Push through the ball of foot and point. And flex. Push through the ball of the foot and point. Good. Now we're going to drop the hand down. We're going to bring the leg and control it over to the floor. And then we're going to use your hands to push yourself up and try and get yourself into a bit of a split position. You would adjust this for however it works for you. This is an advanced class, so I want you to be careful, but give yourself a little bit of a challenge here. So your legs are straight. You're trying to make that back leg stay straight, and you're feeling the stretch through the hips there. Really enjoy that. And then let's lay your bodies over that front leg. Heads go down. Feet are pointed. And breathe. Let's take 4 deep breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, trying to inch those hands out a little bit more over that leg. Again, breath in. Exhale and reach. 2 more. Deep breath in. And lengthen. And last one, deep breath in. And lengthen out. Good. Walking yourself up. And again, if any of this feels like it's too much, then you modify or bring your legs in and relax. But we're going to walk over to the mat now, because we've got this sort of diagonal line you've created with that leg. And we're going to roll back onto the side and bring the leg back over to the side. And then slowly lower down, nice and slow. So that's a pretty extreme stretch. Let's push ourselves up and try to the other side. So here we go. We're lying down. We've got the bottom leg rotated out. The top leg is rotated out too, so the knee is going to the ceiling. You're supporting yourself here with your hand, and you're using this arm out from underneath your head, trying to be in a straight line. Top leg comes to a passe. Foot is pointed. Lift that knee up. Now here's the first extension, so you may not get super far. Reach it out. Flex the foot, and we're controlling it down, feeling the inside thigh working there. Bottom foot is your anchor, so it's nice and deeply pointed. Point the foot, bottom all. Lift up and down. 3 more sets. Lift it up. Knee coming in. Extend it out. And lift. Good. Flex the foot. And lower it down. You're breathing and you're trying to control this. So you really feel that in the inside thighs. And then here we go. Point and flex. Coming up and down. And lift. Breathe that knee in. Extend it out. Now this time you might find that you get a little further out there. Good. Flex the foot. Drive it down. All the way. Good. Point the foot. Bottom lift. And last time. And lengthen. That's what this is all about. That's what stretching is all about, is to see if we can lengthen specific muscle groups. Here we go. Flex that foot out. Drive it down. Good. Point the foot and lift and down. Now, we're going to go into that full stretch. So from here, bring that foot up, bring the knee in, and we've got this front arm coming to the inside of that leg and extending out. And yes, there can be some balance issues there. And from here, we're going to flex that top foot, push through the ball of the foot and point. And we have 3 more of those. Flex, keep breathing. Push through ball of the foot and point. And flex, push out. Ball of the foot and point. And flex. Ball of the foot and point. Good. Hand comes down. Now we're going to gently and very carefully roll ourselves over with that leg going on that diagonal. Getting the body flat, pushing up with the hands, and then rolling over onto that leg. This is not for beginning classes for sure. So from here, backs are straight, back leg is trying to straighten up, and we're going to fold our bodies over. We're going to drape our bodies over that front leg. Head is down, feet are pointed. And let's take some breaths. Deep breath in, exhale and release. Breathing in, and exhale and release. 2 more. Breath in. Exhale. Release. And last time, deep breath in. And exhale and inch out and release. Walking your hands up as you push your body upright. Coming to an upright position. And now let's put our hands over to the inside here, laying our bodies down, reaching that arm out. And now we're going to try and bring that leg back to that side position and then slowly lower down. Good. You did a lot of work just now. Excellent. Let's roll over onto our bellies and push back into a child pose. And notice what's happening with the crease of the hips there. You may find that you're really quite open and able to fold beautifully over there. So let's rock forward. I have to crawl forward a little bit so I stay on my mat. And we're going to curl the toes under and push up into a down dog. And both heels go down. Trying to stretch out through the hamstrings. I'm sorry, the Achilles, the calf muscles. And let's lift the toes, the heels up. So we're working on the toes. And press back down. And lift up. And press back down. 2 more. Lift it up. Press back down. And lift it up. And press back down. Now we're going to go into a plank. So we're going to press the hips into a plank. And push back into downward dog. And plank. And back. And plank. And back. And once more, plank, and back. Maintaining this position, front leg's gonna point and lift. It's in a parallel position, then it rotates out, and bring it up as high as you can. So we've got a rotated position, it's going to the back, and lengthening. Good. Coming back down, then you come to a parallel position, and allow the leg to come into your down dog position. Other leg lifts, points, it's parallel. Then it's going to rotate out and come to an up, long stretch there. It's rotated out, feet are pointed. And then allow it to come down. And we're going to go back into that parallel position and then come back into your down dog. And let's go back into the planks. So plank and down dog and plank and down dog and plank and down dog, and plank, and down dog. Settling in this position. Back leg, we're going to repeat the extensions. Point that foot, it goes into parallel, rotates out, and then lifts as high as it can. Lengthening out. Good. And then come back down. It goes into parallel position, and foot goes down into your down dog position. Let's repeat it to the front leg. Point that foot. It's parallel, reach out, rotating it out, and lift and extend as far as you can go. And then coming back down, bring it into parallel position, and let yourself go back into your down dog. And then let's let our knees come down and push back into a child's pose. Rolling up through the spine. Okay, we're going to take some side hip and thigh stretch here. And so we're going to go back into our hands and knees position and slide that front leg out and around. So we're going to come into a bent knee position with that front leg, and then we're going to slide that back leg out. And you may not come to a full straight back leg, but we're keeping the back leg in a parallel position. And we're trying to really feel that stretch that's happening through this hip area here. So keeping the body upright, let's take a deep breath in. And just press with the hands as you press that bent hip into the floor, the one that's closest to you there. And then let's slowly lower our bodies over. Again, this nice drape that we were doing before. Keeping the back leg as straight as we can, really feeling the fold in the hip flexors, and you'll feel this. Absolutely. So from here, deep breath in, exhale, try to inch those hands out a little bit more. Heads drop down, shoulders are loose, try not to tighten them up, so shimmy them a little bit. And again, deep breath in, exhale, reach the hands out, drape the body over a little bit more. We have 2 more of these. Deep breath in, exhale, reach with the hands, drop the head down. And last one, deep breath in, exhale and reach. Walk your hands in towards you, push yourself up. And now we're going to move so we're facing the back, and we're going to switch positions. So the leg that was long is now going to bend, and we're going to come to the other side and inch that back leg out so it's directly behind you.
and you've got that fold in the front hip, your hands are in front. And just for a second, we're gonna sit here. The back leg isn't gonna be completely straight, and that's fine. We're gonna take a deep breath in and push with your hands and push with that bent front hip into the floor. If you need to adjust that position of that front leg so it's a little bit more parallel between the knee and the toe, you can do that if that works for you. If it feels like you're already getting enough stretch, just leave it. Stay right where you are. So here we go. We've got a nice deep breath in. We're pressing with our hands as we exhale and pressing that front hip down towards the floor. So we're really getting a good stretch through that whole glute, IT band, hip area. And now we're going to lay our hands down and start walking out, maintaining this position, still keeping that back leg reaching out. There's still some action there that you feel like you're pushing out with the back leg. It helps to give you more of a stretch in this front hip. Let's take 4 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale and try to inch those hands out and lower the body down. You may find one side feels different, perhaps more flexible or less flexible than the other side. Deep breath in. Exhale and reach the hands out if you can, lowering the head down. Breath in. Exhale. And last time, breath in. And exhale and reach. Letting the head be nice and loose. You could shake it out, shake the shoulders out. Heads are dropped. And then walk your hands up and push your hips up. Your heads up, your shoulders up, hips stay down. And then roll to the back to unwind and come onto the floor. Actually, we're going to come to the floor with our hands underneath us and our lower backs onto the floor. Our knees are coming up. So we've got a little press with our lower back into the floor, so we're engaging the abdominals. We're going to do a little bit of leg and abdominal work. Try not to sink here. We're going to try and stay lifted a little bit, even though our lower back is curved in front. So our front foot is coming out, and we're going to lift the knee up and down, and lift, and down. Lift it up, and down, and lift. Engaging your abdominals, flex the foot, and up, and down, and lift, and down. Lift it up, and down, and lift, and down. Now point the foot, slide it out. We're going to take the whole leg up. This is parallel, up and down. Foot is pointed. Lift and down. Lift it up and down. Still engaging the abdominals. Lift and flex the foot. Press it up and down. And lift and down. Press it up and down. And lift and down. Still keeping the abdominals engaged. You should be feeling them. Bring that leg in, heel down, the other leg goes out to the point. Feel the hollow in the abdominals, lower abdominals. Lift and down and lift. Torso stays lifted. And up and down and lift. Come down, flex the foot and lift and down. Breathe up and down. Lift it up and down and up and down. Point the foot, slide it out, long leg. Up, this is parallel position. Down and lift and down. Lift it up and down. Still engaging the abdominals, lift and down. Flex it out, push out through the heel and down. And lift and down. Lift it up and down. And lift and down. Point the foot, bring it in, heel comes down, and push yourself upright. Let's open the legs a little bit. Coming to the straight back. And let's just do a little bit of lower back, push through, and then undulating through, and coming up. So we have cat, breathe, push through, cow, coming up right. 2 more, and cat, push back, undulate through, and lift up. Last one. Release all the way back with that lower back and push through and lift. Good. Come back into that leaning position we had. We're going to do a variation. If at any time it feels like it's too much, please modify it or take a break. Shoulders are lifted. We're going to point this front foot and we're going to rotate the leg out. So we're going to do the whole exercise, rotate it out. We still have the abdominals engaged. So the leg comes up and down. Now you feel this in the inside thigh and down. Good. Lift it up and down. Still engage the abdominals and down. Flex the foot. Flex up and down. And lift. Anchor leg, stay straight up, knee to the ceiling, and down, and lift, and down. Point the foot and make the leg be rotated out as best you can. So here we go, up, and down. Still holding those abdominals. Lift, and down, and lift, and down, and lift. Now we're gonna flex the foot. We have 8, and lift, and down. And inside thigh gets some work as well as the abs. And lift, anchor knees stay straight up, and lift, and down. Point the foot, keep it rotated, and then come back to your parallel position. This leg now becomes your anchor. So the back leg is gonna rotate out, keeping the abdominals still engaged. Lift, and down, and up. 2 more. Reach it up, keep the knee out to the side, and lift. Flex the foot, repeat. 1, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, down, and 4, and down. Point the foot, slide the leg out, it stays rotated, and we have lift, and down, and lift it up, and down. Anchoring with that front leg there. Up, and down, and lift, and now flex the foot. We have 4. 1, and down. Good. 2, and down. And 3, and down. And 4, and down. Point the foot, bring it to the side. Come to your upright position. Push yourself up with your back hand, and then bring the legs so that they're a little bit more spread out. Excellent. From here, we roll all the way down. So from here, rolling, let the body go down, feet point, stretch. Let's flex the feet and the hands. So the hands are going to be joined together, and we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, push it out through those heels and the feet there. Good. Heels of the hands, heels of the feet for a long, nice stretch. Good. And release. All right, we're going to use a little arm and back work. So we have to anchor ourselves with our legs. We've got parallel and feet point. Arms come to the side, or more or less to the diagonal. We're going to push through that lower back and arch up, letting the arms float. And then come all the way down, keeping the legs pointed. We're going to come down. We're going to repeat this a number of times. Breathe. Arch the arms straight behind and lift. And roll down through that spine, using the abdominals. 2 more. And arch, and lift up, and roll down. And breathe last time. And arch, and lift up, and roll down. And release. Let's bring our legs up, pressing the lower back into the floor, and let's take a plow, but before we do that, I want you to make sure you're getting your back nice and flat on the floor. Hands can rest either right beside you, or when we get to the plow, you can bring your hands up over onto your back. So from here, deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees in, lift them up and over and press. You can make your hands come up to your back to help support this. We're flexing out through those heels. Breathing through this stretch. Nice, beautiful stretch for the back, as well as the legs. And then point the feet and slowly roll down, trying to make sure that you're slowing down through that spine, that you're really not letting it clunk. And then when you get your legs upright, let's bend the knees in slightly, hands go underneath, swing the legs close to you, and then roll out through your spine to help you come to an upright position. All right, how are we doing? A lot of stuff we're doing today that's a little extreme. Let's go into your wide position here. as wide as you can get. We want to make sure that we've got the divine flesh from underneath here. And we're going to twist our upper body, and we're going to slide this arm out to the diagonal, keeping his hip on the floor. So from here, deep breath in, exhale, slide that hand out. The other hand is going to go with you, and you're aiming towards the inside knee area here. Opposite hip stays on the floor, but we've got the ear that's closest to the knee going down towards it, keeping both legs rotated out. And you'll find that not only do you get a stretch in the inside thigh, but you're also getting a twisted stretch in your spine. And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, and now we're going to flex the feet out, pushing them both out in opposite directions. Roll through the ball of foot and point. 3 more. Flex, inhale. Exhale, push out through the ball of foot and point. See if you can lower your body a little bit more. Maybe your arm that's crossing over is getting a little bit further out. And flex. Push through ball and point. Drape. And last time, flex. Push through and point. Good. Walking your hands over to the center. Let's let our bodies drop down and just hang. And then roll up through the spine and come to an upright position. Of course, we have to do that to the other side. So we're twisting above the waist, keeping the hips where they are. And we're sliding out, making that arm that's crossing over to go out in the diagonal, and the other arm is behind. And you're dropping down, trying to bring that ear as closest to the knee, as close as it can go. Feeling the inside thigh, get a stretch, both hips are on the floor, and we get a stretch in the back, lower spine, side body area. Deep breath in. Exhale and slide and relax. Try to get a little farther over, opening up. Feet are still pointed. Okay, here we go. And breathing in. Let's exhale and press out through the heels. Push through and point. And flex. And push out through those heels. And ball of foot and point. 2 more. Flex out, keeping legs rotated out as much as you can. Breathing, ball of foot and point. And flex. And press through the ball of feet and point. Deep stretch. Good. Walking over now to the center once again. Hands are down. You might want to make a little cushion for your forehead here. And let's flex out through the heels. And really try and let our bodies, as we take an exhalation, to drape down farther towards the floor. Another breath, deep breath in. Exhale and release. All right, pushing yourself up, right, coming to a tall position. And now slowly ease the legs in or shake them out. Sitting however you'd like to. Let's just contemplate how much we've done today. A lot of intense and different stretches. And hopefully your body feels like it's really let go of any tension that might have been holding in those places. So thank you for joining me on this pretty extreme stretch. Let's bring our arms out, up, clasp the hands together, bring them to your heart chakra, feel nice and tall. And thank you very much for joining.